Langflow has an API endpoint whose entire job is to run any code you send it. And one default setting means you don't even have to log in first. That's remote code execution, shipped as a feature. And right now it's being exploited in the wild. Here's what makes this ugly. Two separate flaws, each rated 9.8 and 9.9 out of 10 on the severity scale, about as high as the scoring goes. On August 4th, 2026, CISA added this to its known exploited vulnerabilities list. That's not a warning, that's confirmation attackers are already using it. Federal agencies were given until August 7 to patch. And this hits default deployments, not some exotic misconfiguration you had to opt into, the way Langflow runs the moment you install it straight out of the box. Public proof of concept exploits started circulating in late July. Here's the part I want you to sit with. Neither half of this attack is a hack in the classic sense. Nobody found a buffer overflow. Nobody smuggled in malware. Both halves are features, working exactly as designed. Let me show you how two things that each look reasonable combine into a full server takeover. This is a teardown, defensive, so you can go check your own deployment. Start with the front door. You'd expect step 1 of any attack to be cracking the login, guessing a password, stealing a token, something. There is no login to crack. Langflow ships with a setting called auto login, and it's turned on by default. What is it? It's a convenience switch. When it's on, Langflow assumes it's running on your laptop just for you, so it skips authentication entirely, handy when you're the only user. Here's how it turns lethal. There's an endpoint /API/v1/login/auto login. Send it a request with no credentials and it hands you back a bearer token. Not a limited one, a long-lived superuser token, admin of the entire instance. That's CVE 2026-9103 rated 9.8. The root cause isn't a coding typo. Auto login was built for single user local use. The flaw is that it's on by default and it mints an admin key to anyone who can reach the network port. A feature, not a break-in. Okay, so now you're admin. So what? Being an administrator usually means you can change settings, add users, manage flows. It does not normally mean you can run operating system commands on the server. Admins aren't supposed to get a shell. This is where the second flaw comes in. Langflow is a visual builder for AI agents. You drag nodes onto a canvas. And some of those nodes contain Python code. That's the entire point of the product. So it has an endpoint /API/v1/validate/code, whose job is to check that the Python in a node is valid before you run your flow. And how do you check that code works? Langflow runs it. It takes the Python you submit and passes it straight into Python's built-in exec function. No sandbox, no input filtering, no dropping of privileges. That's CVE 2026-8481 rated 9.9. Now here's the crucial distinction. That endpoint isn't broken because it runs code. It's supposed to run code. Validating a code node means executing it. That is the feature. The failure is that there's no wall around it. Now watch what happens when you snap the two together. Open door, hit auto login, get a super user token. Loaded gun, take that token, post your Python to validate/code. Langflow runs it through exec, and your code is now executing on the server as whatever user Langflow runs as. Reverse shell, full remote code execution from an unauthenticated attacker sitting on the internet. That combined chain has its own umbrella ID, CVE 2026-9198, also 9.8. It affects Langflow versions 1.0 through 1.10. And here's the mental model to keep. This is composition. Two features, each individually defensible, compose into a catastrophe. The token endpoint isn't dangerous alone. The code endpoint isn't dangerous alone. If you had to be authenticated to reach it, delete the wall between them and they multiply. And if this feels familiar, it should, because this is the second time. Back in April 2025, CVE 2025-3248, also rated 9.8, was unauthenticated remote code execution through the exact same validate/code endpoint. It got patched in Langflow 1.3. It got added to CISA's exploited list in May 2025. Same endpoint, same outcome, a year apart. Why does it keep happening? Because you can't patch away a feature. When your product's core job is to run code that users write, the exec sync isn't a defect you can delete. It's the reason the product exists. And this isn't only a Langflow story. Every visual AI and agent builder has this shape. A tool whose whole purpose is executing code you author. A team stands one up as an internal tool, exposes it just on the office network, and the only thing between the internet and exec is one authentication check, one that a convenience default can quietly switch off. So here's what to actually do tonight. 1. Upgrade to Langflow 1.10.1 or later. That's the release that fixes the chain. If you're on anything from 1.0 through 1.10, you are exposed. 2. Set Langflow auto login to false and configure real authentication, actual accounts, real tokens. That closes the open door. 3. The one people skip. Never bind Langflow to a public network interface. Put it behind a real gateway, a VPN, an authenticating reverse proxy, something. And understand, patching alone is not enough if your instance is still on the open internet with weak auth. You need all three together. Because here's the whole lesson in one line. When a tool's core feature is running code, authentication isn't a nice to have. It's the only wall you've got. So check yours tonight. Is your Langflow reachable from the internet? And is auto login still on? Go find out.